What is going on, everybody? James Madison Odds here. I'm a former law enforcement officer turned civil rights activist, and I am going to break down the arrest that occurred in Columbia County with the man that was blind with a walking stick. I've got a copy of the report, and I want to show you what I see. First thing I want to let you guys know, it was on 10/31 of 2022. That is a Monday at 8:34 in the morning. The reason why I'm calling that out so significantly is if you look at the offense description, it is showing suspicious person loitering and prowling. I know this is a fence header. This is really not anything to do with what's going on, but it is in the mind of what the officer is calling out on the radio. Probably a 13P in police code, that's suspicious person. However, they've titled this as a header in the middle of broad daylight on working hours on a weekday, that this is loitering and prowling. Now you can see that the status is closed by an arrest. That's not what we're going to take a look at. We do have the officer's identity now and the supervisor, which is Jamie Goad. And from what I remember and what I've seen on some of the reports is that she used to be a correctional facility officer. That is according to Gov salaries. Now the next thing I want to bring you guys attention to, the sergeant that was on scene is Sergeant Harrison. That is the other player in this game here for this arrest. Not only does the deputy not know that this is wrong, the sergeant doesn't know that this is wrong. All right, so we've got the report pulled up here. And the first things first is Deputy Jamie Goad indicates that she was conducting routine patrol in a fully marked patrol vehicle in the area of Marion Avenue and Duval Street. And now she says, while at the stoplight at Marion and Duval, I observed a white male enter the crosswalk traveling westbound across Marion Avenue when the traffic control device indicated not to walk. Is that some CYA? Do you think that that thing said not to walk? I don't believe her. She said she's a tyrant. As the man continued through the crosswalk, I observed what appeared to be a silver chrome pistol with a white grip in the back right pocket. I don't know what her corrective lenses status is on her driver's license, but it probably needs to be updated. She stopped the man later identified as James Hodges in front of 131 Duval Street, which conveniently is a law office, and she attempted to identify what was in his back pocket. She stated in her report that he continued to turn away from him. I could see it from her body camera. She's lying. James indicated that the object was a walking stick, however, would not provide a clear view of the object. First off, it's none of your business. You got it wrong, and you know you got it wrong. At that time, Sergeant Harrison arrived on scene. I asked James to provide his name and date of birth, and he refused, stating I had no reason to request his information. That's correct, you didn't. James then insisted that I was only allowed to request his identification if he was in the act of committing a crime, about to commit a crime, or already had committed a crime. He knows the law better than you do. I again notified James that I was conducting an investigation and requested that he identified himself. He then refused. At that time, he was placed into handcuffs. You forgot that he showed you the walking stick. You lied. You did not put that in your report. You're a lying cop. I was then able to identify the object in James' right pocket, folded up walking stick, both silver and white in color. Then she says, I was then able to identify the object in James' back right pocket as a folded up walking stick. Both silver and white in color was observable and hung out of his pocket. You're a liar, cop. This is a CYA report. Cover your ass report. All right, the deputy now says, I asked James where his wallet and identification was located. And she says that he refused to notify where his identification was located. That's kind of how it no, it didn't. He asked where his wallet was. I then conducted a pat down of James' person, located his Florida DL in his front left pocket. No, you didn't. The sergeant did that. How does she lie like this? And then she has the audacity to put in a report that Sergeant Harrison asked James if he was legally blind. James confirmed that he was. Sergeant Harrison then asked James why he wasn't using his walking stick. First of all, it's none of your business why he's not using his walking stick. None of your business. James looked up the sky and indicated that he didn't need it in daylight. So just because you don't need it in daylight, you're not legally blind? Because he started early this morning heading to jury duty when it was dark, when he needs it. Simultaneously, what a stupid word to start a sentence out with. Anyway, James advised that he used the walking stick this morning as he walked to the courthouse for jury duty. It should be noted that the weather at the time of the contact was made with James was extremely overcast and foggy. Vehicles passing by still had its headlights turned on. That's some effort to say like, well, he has a walking stick. Maybe this is just bait. There's probably cameras around. No, he's legally blind. And you're a bad cop. The report of the summary of the incident and the reviewer, should not consider this as an all-inclusive or verbatim transcription of all actions or statements made. The entire event was audio and video recorded. Please review that for the most accurate depiction. So cops can just lie in the report, but then have that little warning down at the bottom, hey, I might have everything wrong. You have everything wrong. And that's what they can do. That is absolutely ridiculous. Now, this was signed and approved by Randy Harrison, the rank of sergeant. That's the approving officer. He approved this. He was there. He saw it. That's the report. It's lies. A report is an actual and factual representation of the incident, not a summary. It is what happened. They need to be sued. If you guys know a lawyer, reach out to him. I put his channel in the description. He needs to sue the ass end off of this department here.